Hey, it's Coach Joel. We're here with the Titan of the Week with Ethan Rotondo. We gave him the Titan of the Week because he just won the big tournament last weekend. It was the Pacific Open at Pacific University. He actually wrestled in the 108?
No, it was 108. It got bumped up to 115.
Yeah, so they ended up combining the 108 and 115 weight class, and so he ended up coming up on top. And there was quite a few state placers in there, return state placers. So he did a great job. Ethan's a new wrestler to us. He moved up from California this last summer. What was that like?
The move?
Yeah.
Well, it was kind of a shock at first because my parents knew, but then they didn't tell me right away because I was still in season. They didn't know how it would affect me. But honestly, when I found it out, it wasn't that bad of a thing at all. It was just change.
Yeah.
Just go with it, I guess.
And how does Union differ from your old school?
Union has this mindset to really be the best. Like, we're gunning for state. Whereas my old school, we just wanted to win a league championship. That's all we wanted, really. Mm-hmm. We wanted to try and do our best, but it wasn't aiming for state. We weren't that good. Mm-hmm. And that was the mentality.
Okay. And awesome. And Ethan's a fantastic wrestler. This year, I actually watched him wrestle at Reno. He got fourth place, and it was a 100-pound weight class. Mm-hmm. And he also won the freshman and sophomore California state championship. So talk a little bit about what those achievements mean to you.
They're really like helpful in just showing me that I can wrestle with anyone. Because before then, my confidence, and even now, isn't great when I go out and wrestle. But those big tournaments, being able to win those and place high in those means a lot to my confidence.
Mm-hmm. So when you're preparing for a match, just a local dual match, and when you're preparing for a match for a big California freshman state championship, mm-hmm. How does that differ in your preparation for those matches?
It really shouldn't at all, because I go out, I try and stay in a good mindset, like, oh, I'm going to win this, and then I warm up the same way. I usually try and get like a match before a match in, so I wrestle with another guy on the team, get really warmed up, just be ready to wrestle, mm-hmm. no matter what match it is.
Awesome. Yeah, cool. One of the best things about Ethan is also a scholar athlete. We were just talking, and he said that he sets goals for himself as far as grades go, just as well as with wrestling. Talk about what academics means to you.
Academics have always been really stressed in my house. My dad and my mom, they expect good grades, and that's how it should be. I've always kind of gotten like good grades, like A's and stuff, and I'm trying to keep them all up. Awesome. Be good, I guess. I have good grades.
Awesome. Cool deal. And you're part of what already was established a pretty awesome sophomore class we have here at Union. What's it mean, not just to be a part of the team that we have now, but to be part of that sophomore class that we have coming up?
Feels pretty good. It feels like we're gonna make history now and then. It'll be really cool. It seems like a good group of guys, and looking forward to making some titles, getting some titles for them.
Yeah. And what's gonna be able to derail that success?
Just us not working as hard as we should be, or if we all work as hard as we can, then we can't get derailed. Yeah. And even if it does, we know we worked as hard as we could. So cool. That's how it should be.
Accountability as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool deal. So the sport of wrestling, we learn a lot in the sport of wrestling, and we take away a lot. So what are 3 things from the sport of wrestling that you've taken away and will continue to take away from?
Well, first off being my work ethic, because my parents, when I was a little kid, they always said, you want to try and do your best, be your best in everything that you do. So that really translated in school and wrestling. In wrestling, always trying to be the best in whatever I did. And the same with school, trying to get all A's, be the best. And then another one would be goal setting. Goal setting in wrestling is really important. And I've only really caught on to this lately when I went to like J-Rob and stuff, because they stress that like so much. They're like goal setting, goal setting, goal setting. And that with wrestling, whether it's just a practice or if it's a state championship, it's important. That goes the same for school, trying to get good grades. Set goals for that. And then lastly would be responsibility. Basically just staying responsible with what you have to do. Like either keeping your teammates responsible, keeping yourself responsible, going to practice on time, working as hard as you can. All that is just responsibility. And that carries over to every part of life, to stay responsible for what you have to do.
Awesome. And you mentioned goal setting. So just to wrap up the interview, let's talk a little bit about what your goals are in the this year within high school and then maybe college and as a career. So first, as this year, what's your goal?
My goal right now is to try and win a state championship. That's number one goal.
Awesome. And just in high school, do you have any overall goal of something you want to achieve?
I want to.
It doesn't have to be wrestling, but
yeah, I want to try and keep a 4.0 all 3 years and win as many state championships as possible.
Okay.
So.
And we talked a little bit about you do want to pursue higher education.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do as far as that goes?
Well, I'm kind of unsure, but I kind of want to go into the technology field, no matter what it be, working with computers or like engineering or whatever it is.
Okay.
Just something higher.
Awesome. Well, great interview. Good job, Ethan. One thing you don't know about Ethan that you should know is he has 2 different colored eyes, which is super crazy and super fun to look at. So great job, man. Keep up the hard work, and we'll talk to you guys later.